It's how to move through conflict with your partner. This is not a real session. This is a role play to illustrate how to move through conflict with your partner, how to move through conflict and use some of the communication tools that we've talked about, validation and I statements, and most importantly, how to find the pain point, the so what of the argument, why your partner is truly upset, and what you can do to validate their feelings. Hey ladies, welcome back.
Hey Emily, how are you?
Good, thanks for asking. How are you two this week?
No, it could be better.
Could be better?
Yeah.
How about you, Cameron?
It's going okay.
Well, let's start how we always start. I want to prime you guys to attend session as your best selves, your most loving, compassionate selves, as I always say. So tell me, I know we've been working on validation. How did that go this past week? Any positive gains? Anything positive that happened over the last week?
I haven't noticed anything positive, come up at all. And I don't feel like Cameron's been using the I statements.
Cameron, did you notice anything positive between the two of you this week?
Not really. We had a fight earlier in the week that lasted pretty much the entire week up until this point. So there wasn't really much room for a positive in the week.
Yeah, we got into a big argument because of Cam's mother.
Sounds like it was a rough week for you guys.
Yeah. I was trying to make a good dinner. I'm always trying to get approval from Mary, and she never acknowledges me. And then she says this terrible thing to me in the kitchen where she basically insulted my cooking. Like she said that I was a terrible cook. Like how am I? And then when she finds out about it, like it's no reaction, just a blank wall. I said I was sad. I used the I statements like you told me, but it's just there's a wall or something.
You're really frustrated, and it sounds like what hurts you the most is Cameron's lack of a reaction to what happened. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so how would you like for Cameron to respond?
To react, to show me some kind of emotion. I want Cam to tell me that just everything will be okay. And just the non-reaction really gets to me. How would you feel if somebody just doesn't react to anything you say? It's like you're being ignored.
So the lack of reaction, it seems like that is saying to you, it seems like you are feeling like Cam doesn't care. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so you're asking for what you need, which is, it sounds like verbal validation. And when you don't get it, when you don't get a reaction from Cam, what's the worst part about that?
I get really, really sad.
You feel sad.
And I just want Cam to tell me that I'm loved, that I'm appreciated, that my cooking is good.
Yeah, that's perfect. Can you turn to her and use an I statement and say how it makes you feel and ask specifically for what you need?
Cam, I'm very sad when I try hard to cook. I try to impress your mother, and I just need you to tell me that that what I'm doing matters, and that you care about the food that I make you, and you enjoy it, because I know you do. You tell me all the time, unless you're lying to me, but.
Well, I mean, I do tell you all the time, so I don't the situation that came up earlier this week, I just don't understand why it turned into a big blowout.
I want to pause you just for one moment. So Jill just expressed that she feels sad when you aren't able to give her verbal validation. She said, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you said, I want you to tell me you love me and my cooking is good and that it matters that I'm trying to impress your mom. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I hear a little bit of defensiveness from you. And remember, we've talked about how defensiveness, when we respond that way, it's okay that you feel that way. It's natural. We've talked about the emotional ego. It's okay to have that reaction because you're protecting yourself, but it pushes your partner away. It pushes her farther away after she's expressed what she wants from you. So is there another response you can think about when we've talked about validation? A way to just, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means that I want you to validate that she said she was sad.
I mean, I'm sorry that that you feel upset about, my lack of emotions and my lack of understanding to your emotions. I guess I just get, defensive when, you talk bad of my mother. I know that she means well and she doesn't necessarily come across that way. So I wish we could just find some sort of resolution between you both.
But then why is she always insulting me?
I mean, she insulted me when I was growing up. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty immune to that. So,
Cam, I hear what you're saying. I also think that we're getting farther away from the pain point now. Remember, the pain point is what hurts the most, what upsets the two of you most about this situation. So everything you've said is completely valid, and you're going to have a chance to express your emotions too. But for right now, just going with what Jill said, all she wants right now and all she needs, what's going to bring the two of you closer instead of separating you, is for you to just say, it can be a brief statement, I understand that it makes you sad. I see that you're sad and I don't want you to hurt. Something to that effect.
I mean, I don't want you to be upset. I do feel bad when you're upset. I do.
Yeah. That's all I want. I want you to say that to me. You're like, and tell me that my cooking is good. You eat it.
I do eat it, and it's nice. The lasagna is nice. I can't complain.
So then, and my lasagna is different from your mom's lasagna, right? And they're both good?
Yes, Jill, they are both good.
So then tell her that, to just maybe just be a little bit more civil.
Cam, what makes it hard for you to bridge the gap, if you will, between Jill and your mom? It sounds like that's particularly hard for you.
I mean, my mom and I don't really have a great relationship as it stands, so I don't know how to bridge that gap between the two of them, if the gap is there for her and I. I don't think that Jill necessarily understands that all the time, how difficult, our relationship can be and what growing up with my mother was like. So we run into that problem quite a bit, and I think that it's the basis for my defense against my mom. So
I understand. Mary's tough, but there's a time and place. Maybe we don't have dinner every week with her then.
So let's hold off on that just for a minute. Because I think I just heard Cam say, and correct me if I'm wrong, you try to please your mom a lot.
Yeah, that'd be correct.
And so that relationship has been hard. I know we've talked about that before, and I can imagine that you would feel stuck in a place where you're trying to please your wife and you're trying to please your mom. Can you tell me a little more about that?
I just feel like sometimes they're just two unhappy people some of the time, and trying to make them both happy kind of runs me thin a lot of the time. So, and a lot of the times you just can't please both parties. So you sacrifice one or the other. Someone always ends up getting upset or mad. And so a lot of the times I would just rather not deal with either one sometimes, because sometimes they just run me thin with the issues that they have with each other, and then the issues that, my mother and I have, and then the issues that, Jill and I have. Sometimes it depresses me. So
I don't want to do that to you, though.
Cam, it sounds like you feel torn. You sound like this situation has you feeling emotionally tired.
yeah.
What do you need from Jill in moments like that?
Just some understanding of what the relationship is like, and I guess just understand that sometimes that there's only so much that I can do with my mother and the way how she acts. And yes, I should be there for Jill more, but sometimes, as far as my mother goes, there's only so much that I can do with her.
You said that you want Jill to show you that she understands. And so how can she show you that? How might she tell you that?
I guess just using the I statement of I understand, what you're going through. I understand, how, awful she can be. I guess just statements like that would just help, keep me moving.
Can you use an I statement to explain how you feel and ask Jill for what you need?
Yeah. I feel depressed a lot of the time because I am torn between you and my mother. I, hope that in the future you can be understanding to that situation, and, we can maybe work to make things better.
I want to.
Awesome. Great work. So I just want to summarize, because you each shared really important things that you need from each other today. Jill, you shared that you're looking for Cam's support and verbal validation when Mary is with you guys and things are maybe getting a little heated or intense and you're feeling sad. You explained with your I statement, I feel sad, and I need for you to just show me in a way that you love me and you support me. And on the other side of that, Cam, you said, I feel sad too. You used the word depressed. I feel torn because I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, so to speak, with my mom and my wife. And I would like for you to just verbalize, validate your understanding of my place in the situation.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, really good work today.
Yeah.
This role play illustrates how defensiveness can create a wall between you and your partner when you're in conflict. We also looked at finding the pain point, what bothers you the most in conflict, so that you can then figure out how to respond to your partner. And in this case, the partners responded with validation. And sometimes that's all that it takes to bring you closer together and move you through conflict.